Hello everyone. How is your spring going? What have you been up to? I'd really love to know. Leave me a comment. My days here in Texas have been really quite pleasant. The weather has been really close to perfect. I've been having so much fun planting and planting in my garden, and it's just been a really lovely spring. I finally got around to picking some shrubs for what I hope will be a really large shrub garden in the near future. It's a small step, but I just feel so much better about finally starting my garden journey in my very large backyard. You know, my plan is to have a cottage garden one day, one that has nooks and crannies, places that I can just take a book and read all day long or maybe sketch a little bit. It's definitely going to take some time to accomplish this dream of mine due to the size of my backyard, but I know with little steps like putting shrubs and flowers here and there, it'll get done in no time. So in today's video, I will be taking one of those very small steps into making that dream come true by giving my patio space a makeover. We spend so much time in this space sitting and enjoying the weather. We do cookouts, we entertain all the time, and I am just so sick and tired of looking at this ugly, gray, bland corner of my yard. I wanted to feel cozy and inviting. When we had our fence installed last year, all I have wanted to do was come out to this space and really enjoy it, but it is just so hard because I find it so ugly. So, I purchased a few things that I think might make the space look cuter and a lot cozier. I've been working with a budget to make it all work out, but I just feel like anything right now would help. And the vibe I'm going for is a little bit eclectic. There's some things that I've collected over the years, going from apartment to apartment, trying to make my patio spaces look cute, and I didn't want to get rid of them, so not all of these things really go together, but I feel like in the end they will all pull together and really make something. In my mind, I'm thinking of like a little hobbit working in her garden, making some whimsy and magic, and I just really want to bring that to this outdoor space. I know I'm not making any sense. It's really hard for even me to wrap my own head around it, but I'm just gonna stop talking there and let's get right into the video. One thing I love about my patio is the furniture. Ryan's grandmother gave us this 40-year-old wrought iron set, which we were absolutely thrilled to receive, because not only is it in great condition, the chairs rock ever so slightly, making lounging out here so much fun. But since this is about 40 years old, it's definitely in need of a makeover. The sun has not been kind and the original coating has gotten a little faded. So, step one in this process is to bring new life to this furniture with a couple of cans of spray paint. Originally, I wanted to buy a new dining set for this patio, but when I was looking into buying new furniture for this space, I think my head must have exploded. Because for what I wanted, there was no way I was paying upward of $500. And at this time, I really couldn't find anything that I liked on Facebook Marketplace, so when all was said and done, spray painting the set was the best option. And it only set me back about $40. Okay, so the wrought iron furniture is currently drying. It says it'll take about 24 hours, so we'll have to come back tomorrow before we decorate the patio space. But I have this tiny little garden bed, or what I think should be a garden bed, right along my fence over here. When we had our fence installed, we tried to save money by not having the footer that was here cut out. It's this big concrete barrier, so we're just gonna kind of use this as the barrier to a garden bed. It's super small, but I have these irises that my mom gave me about 10 years ago, and I think she only gave me about 4 at that time. I've just taken them from place to place as I've moved, and I put a few in the ground here when we moved in about 3 years ago, in the front yard and here, and they've just exploded. They're a perfect perennial. They require hardly any maintenance. You put 1 or 2 in the ground and they just continue to grow and grow and grow. So these will be perfect in this bed over here, I think. I'm only gonna take a few, but I think it's gonna look really good. And then afterwards, we're going to put some soil in the ground. I'm kind of a lazy gardener because I like to just have nature run its course. That's why you'll see me doing free things like taking flowers that I already have and moving them around. It's a perfect way to garden, for me at least. So yeah, I'm gonna take a few of these out of ground, put them in that bed, and then we're gonna plant some poppy seed and maybe some moss rose to go in between it for this year and this year only, since those are annuals. So, all right, I'm gonna grab these and then we're gonna get those in the ground. Seven. Okay. I am by no means a gardener. I don't know much about anything when it comes to planting. But I picked these seed packets up from the nursery and I thought I would give them a shot. Maybe they'll grow in between the irises. If not, then I'm not too worried about it, since the irises will take off in the coming years. I do, however, love moss rose. It is one of my favorite plants to have in my garden or planter pots because each and every day new flowers bloom and they're all just different colors and they're so pretty. I think it was 2021 when I came across a TikTok where a lady drilled holes into her fence and glued in colored marbles. I really loved what the marbles did to the space that she was creating. And ever since then, I have dreamed of doing the same. When we finally had our fence installed, it's been just about all I can think about when I see it. So I got on Amazon and bought some clear waterproof sealant, about 40 marbles, a drill bit a little bit bigger than the marbles, and this all cost me less than $35. I didn't want to glue in too many and risk the space looking tacky or too overdone. I just really wanted a pop of beautiful colored light here and there to create a really magical effect. For some reason, this reminds me of the Shire. In my mind, all I can see is a hobbit in her garden, adding beautiful pops of color here and there to bring in even more wonder to her hobbit hole. I knew with this project that I would finally break down and do this, and I'm so glad that I did. Since the fence in this area is such a large blank space, I wanted to add a bit of verticality with some foliage. After searching for something that would achieve this, I stumbled upon these smallish metal hanging flower pots that came in a set of 3 for $20. After, I popped down to my local nursery to pick out a variety of flowering plants, like a few purslane plants that are a type of moss rose, sweet alyssum, and globe amaranth, with no real reason other than I just like all of these. Sure, I could have curated my selections a bit better, but what's the fun in that? I like a little diversity in my garden. Plus, it adds to the eclectic nature of the space. Did you know cushions for outdoor chairs are wildly expensive right now? Well, I didn't. Not until I went searching for them. Target had cute ones, but for about $30 to $40 a piece, I was not digging that. I searched many other places and just about decided to give up when I couldn't find any that were 1, in my budget, and 2, that would fit my chairs. Until one day, when I was shopping in Home Depot, I found these blue and white ones for about $15 a piece. These were the absolute cheapest that I had come across, and even though they didn't quite match my rug or my umbrella, I figured this was as good a deal as any, and I could probably make it work. So I snatched them up then and there. Now, of course, when I got home, I realized that they weren't really made for my specific set of chairs. But luckily my husband was nearby, and he used his big brain to figure out a way to make them work. He just flipped them around, tying the ties to the bottom of the chairs instead of the backs. And I think they worked out perfectly. It feels so relaxing out here now, and it is so cute. We still have a long way to go as far as the entire space goes, but I'm so happy that I've finally done something to this space. I think that the rug brings a lot to the space. It gives us a container for really where the seating area should go. And as far as all the textiles, I'm not mad at how they're not really all the same and how they're all different colors. For some reason, they just really work. I think my favorite part of this entire project has got to be the fence. The plants alongside the marbles, alongside the lanterns, just makes the space so much more magical and so much more whimsical. I have a honeysuckle right behind me that I hope will one day grow alongside this and kind of take everything over, making it even more beautiful. Another big part that I love about this is my cute dragon back here. I think that he's a good guardian for the space. He really works, and I just love him so much. I just love it out here, and I cannot wait for these firefly solar lights to come on tonight because they're supposed to bounce in the wind and make this really whimsical, magical ambiance when it comes to nighttime, and I'm so excited about that. I think what the space is really lacking is a little more foliage. I'd like to have more flowers, but that is something that we can alleviate later on. I plan to do many more things outside in the videos to come, specifically the next one. I have something even more magical and whimsical planned, which I know I keep saying that, but it's true. I really want that to be the vibe out here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.